that there is time and must be time for all things under the sun. Again, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 11. For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up what is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to throw away stones and a time to gather them together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to seek and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to sow. A time to keep silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. What gain have the workers from their toil? I have seen the business that God has given to everyone to be busy with. Has he made everything suitable for its time? He has made everything suitable for its time. Moreover, he has put a sense of past and future into their minds. Yet they cannot find out into their minds. Yet they cannot find out what God has done from the beginning to the end. We continue now into a time of the Psalms. The Psalms are more than mere songs. The Psalms are the innermost feelings, people like us trying to process all of it that we feel. And as we know in this time, for many of us, for many of our beloved who are not with us this evening, much is on their minds. Psalms are not just joyful and thanksgiving. They are also of lament, of anguish, and of sorrow. This time with the Psalms, we will begin responsively with a portion of Psalm 22, a psalm of anguish. We usually only hear Psalm 22 on Good Friday. And then we will match that with Psalm 23 in one voice. My God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from helping me, so far from the words of my groaning? O God, I cry by day, but you do not answer, and by night, but I find no rest. In you our ancestors trusted. They trusted and you delivered them. It was you who brought me from the womb, who is me safe on my mother's breast. Since my mother bore me, you have been my God. Do not be far from me, for trouble is near, and there is no one to help. God does not despise the afflicted. God does not hide from me. When I cry to God, God hears me. Thanks be to God. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Let us continue, and you may remain seated, or however you feel led, as we sing hymn number 452 in the red hymnal, or on the screen, My Faith Looks Up to Thee, verses 1, 3, and 4. We now move into our litany of remembrance. I will be lighting this year the Advent wreath instead of a separate set of candles for one important reason. For some people, this may be their Christmas Eve service, as they will not be able to, for one of many reasons, to attend anywhere on Saturday night. So I want them to be able to see the Christ candle lit and the power of hope it offers. Each section of this remembrance will begin with my leadership, and then we will have a little back and forth response, and then each section will be followed by a verse of "It Came Upon a Midnight Clear." This will be both on the screen or on page 218 in the red hymnal. We mourn this night the loss of life. For so many, the pandemic has taken loved ones. We mourn the loss of those close to us and those whose names we do not know. We mourn those who perish while working to save other lives. We mourn those every day who die, not of pandemic, but of other causes. And we mourn the loss, in many cases, of our ability to be with them as they passed. Our loss of gathering together or comfort in ways that we need so much. We mourn the loss of life.
We mourn this loss of life.
We honor and remember those beloveds.
We honor and remember these beloveds.
We pray for comfort and peace.
We pray for comfort and peace.
Let us sing verse 1. We mourn this night the loss of livelihoods. For so many, this time has taken the security of food, shelter, care for family, and medical care. We mourn the loss of businesses that could not withstand circumstances of life. These were not just businesses, but dreams, born of passion and hard work. We mourn those who find themselves needing to rely on others for help when they really want to be able to do it and help others. We mourn the loss of livelihoods.
We mourn this loss of livelihood.
We honor and remember the dreams now deferred.
We honor and remember the dreams now deferred.
We pray for sustenance and resilience.
We pray for sustenance and resilience.
Amen.
Amen.
Verse 2.